Welcome back, guys. I'm here with my two good friends, Steve Moritz and Michael Addison. We're at Joondalup Motorcycle Suspension, and good timing because we've got to get these WRs freshened up for our next video shoot. And they've done a few Ks now. I've raced this one. It's got 1100 Ks on the clock. It's the 250, and the 450's been on some trail rides with friends and a few videos here and there. It's actually got some leaking fork seals, and Steve's going to pull them apart and get some new seals in there and basically tell us the importance of keeping your suspension fluid fresh. What do you reckon, Steve?
Yeah, well, they've done a few hours, so the main thing is with getting them done, I see a lot of people who only touch the forks when they blow a seal.
Yeah.
But you got to remember, in a shock and a set of forks, there's only X amount of oil in there.
Yeah.
And every time they're getting ridden, the oil just cooks. So it starts off with like a 5 weight oil and breaks down to like a 2.5 weight.
Yeah, because it's happening so gradually, you're not really going to pick up the differences of how it was handling compared to how it is actually handling.
Sometimes with a lot of the bikes too, you get a new bike, you run it in, it feels really good off the start.
Yep.
And then after a period of time, it starts to break down and get harsh, and you know, that's a combination of the oil breaking down, not enough damping, and then sometimes you can go and try to chase it on the clickers because it's starting to get soft and things like that.
Addo, you bought yourself a YZ250, good condition, low hours, a bit of training, a couple of motocross days, and then went and threw yourself at Manji, only to realise you were casing out on the up ramps of jumps, and that's with some pretty capable motocross suspension.
Yep.
You sort of overlook the fact that it's not broke, don't fix it, not leaking, doesn't need it, but...
Yeah, for sure, and I think in that situation, you know, we can ride around casually and get away with a lot, and as soon as you go into a race situation, whether it be in the bush or on a motocross track, you're always going to push that 10% harder.
Totally.
And that's where you're going to see the cracks come out in regards to your bike maintenance overall.
I'm curious to see what the fluid actually looks like inside after from new. 1100 Ks, whatever that equates to in hours. The 250 especially, it's done it pretty hard. And really, we change our engine oil all the time, but nobody touches their suspension fluid unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people don't, and you know, your old CR that we pulled down that time, and the oil was just like sump oil, wasn't it?
It was pretty ugly, and you know, it's one of those things, you just think it's you're riding on the day, a bit off, I picked a shit line, I'm tucking the front a bit, I'm a bit hopeless today, when in actual fact, your suspension performance has degraded. Let's pull them apart and see what's going on in there, Steve.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, Steve, these are the 450s.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see there's still some oil coming out because that seal has been leaking for a bit, or both seals.
They're not too bad,
No.
to be honest.
And I went over the bars pretty hard at that race last weekend and picked the bike up to realise I'd just obliterated this whole throttle body. Had to ride pretty much the rest of the event with that taped up, and like there's most of it's missing, there's dirt in it. And, no, not now. But if that throttle tube didn't show from Yamaha, that's what you'd be riding with this next week.
Yeah, so far so good. Put new seals, bushes, but I found in this one, which was the worst one that was leaking, a lot of people don't realise, you know, when you got your fork covers on the front of your forks, what happens sometimes as the wheel goes around, it picks up little stones, but they throw them off.
Into the fork.
They throw on the back side of the legs.
Yeah.
So, you know, you'll get a stone that just ricochets everywhere.
Yeah, even off the frame or the engine.
Yeah, so you've got to, if you can get to it before it rips the seal, you just kind of, you can get the sharp edge off, it's all good.
So
how many hours is it done?
I don't know, but that's the 450 and it's done 900 Ks, couple of videos, couple of motos, couple of trail rides.
That's good.
Yep. But that's a sealed unit, so there's no air or foreign particles getting in there. Is there?
Nah, well you got a seal here,
Yeah.
which can blow mainly when they get old. They'll blow.
Yeah.
And for
Well,
any,
that's a sealed unit inside the sealed fork.
so it's like a fork inside a fork. That's the easiest way to explain it.
That's right.
See that?
So that's just been, the dirt gets in there and gets trapped in there.
Dirt.
It just holds that
Just
lip open,
Holds
doesn't
it.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until it builds up and then hits the oil seal.
And that's basically some mud drying at the bottom of the fork leg, and then you have a big case out and just punch the seal straight over the top of that crusty dirt.
Yeah. There's nothing. I mean, I know you can get those seal savers, but
Yeah.
it doesn't get everything out.
And they hang on to it as well.
They
Same
can.
thing. They keep it at the seal's edge. All right, we've got the 250 forks.
250 time.
1100 Ks, done a bit of racing, 3 state rounds so far, and taken a few hits.
Yeah, done a.
But these fork seals weren't leaking.
They weren't leaking.
Fork seals are one of those things that can last 5 minutes or 5 months, though, aren't
Yeah,
they?
it is. Yeah, I've had 2021 bikes done a couple of hours and they're blowing seals.
Yeah.
It's just luck of the draw, or there's some places, there's some dirt in
Dirt that
WA.
just gets in under the seals.
just
yeah.
gets in and there's nothing you can do about it, really.
It's not a reliability thing. It's just purely an environmental and exposure, and it's just a mechanical seal that can and will fail.
Yep.
What are the signs of suspension that's damaged because you've left the
Bushes.
oil in the,
Bushes like that internal, if you leave the oil in these inner cartridges too long, they'll wear the piston bush out of that and blow that seal, and then it starts costing money.
Yeah.
So for the sake of getting them serviced or revalved or whatever, just get them,
You're gonna
save
have
yourself the money.
longevity.
Yeah, exactly.
How are you coping with being on the tools, Addo, you ex-factory hero?
I love it.
You do.
I know that things are done right that way.
Yeah, that's true.
I have my brother as my mechanic most of my racing career, so
Yeah.
that enabled me to have a fair bit of trust in him, because he had a fair bit of invested interest in me as a racer and my welfare, I guess you could say. So yeah, it was nice.
Test the 450, they're all .47s.
Yeah.
So I would say that these be anywhere, I'll tell you right now,
250.
250, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to do your calc.
Yep. .47s, exactly, same.
Same spring rate as the 450.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of makes sense.
They must be pretty close in weight too.
Because
two
your
bikes.
clicker settings were the same on both bikes.
Yeah.
Like 13 and 12. So
Yeah, they're so identical to ride.
Yeah.
The chassis, everything. Mate, I have not touched the clickers on these bikes
Yeah.
since I set them up for the first power trip video at the start of the year.
Really?
I've just been doing everything as they are, racing, trail rides, motos, other videos. You know, like, I can't help but feel people get lost in suspension and chase settings all over the place.
Yeah, they can.
I think there's a lot to be said for having a good feel and predictability in the bike and just riding it.
I think also you can get your suspension to a certain stage and then you kind of just got to ride it.
Absolutely.
You can't get it good for everywhere.
No, never.
Still smells alright.
Yeah, no, it's good. Handles the abuse well. Yamaha obviously want me to be using, what do they call it? Yamalube.
Yep.
But I'm not sponsored by Yamaha. Sponsored by Motul. So Motul it is. That's our oil, Addo. Just hold up that bottle for a second. Now, Motul 7100 1040. It's the good stuff. You just got to look for the pillion on the back of the Hayabusa. who looks to be looks like he's just off his L plates. That's the that's the one you want.
That's the race oil.
That's the racer. Whack it in there, mate. Nah, I've had that stuff in these bikes since we've had them, and you would know. You've seen the difference in flogging they've had since the last video we shot, and despite they look a little more scuffed, they sound exactly the same as they did from new, don't they?
They do. There's no loud engine noises or rattles or anything crazy going on. They still nice, quiet enduro motor that's got the power behind it.
Interesting that Motul is your go-to choice of suspension fluid, Steve.
Yeah, I've tried a few of them, but it seems to be pretty consistent, the old Motul.
Yeah.
Works good, doesn't break down. Yeah,
No.
it's good. Good
You
stuff.
can just flog the bike so hard, knowing that they're not going to fail because of the oil.
No, and then that's a big thing with oils. You want to make sure that you put the right oil in it for sure.
One thing I noticed at the Enduros, Steve, is the amount of riders
Yeah.
that have, forked out whatever these things are worth these days, 16 grand.
Yeah.
And then just thrown another 5 to 10 grand of suspension on top of it.
Yeah.
And they're not winning outright. They're not riding at a national level. They're just state dudes in there having a crack, and they've just it's got me buggered. Like,
yeah, they don't mind. I mean, I've had guys come through here and they've got a set of forks and shocks that's worth the same as a brand new bike.
yeah, complete bike.
So I don't know. You can get them pretty good, like for state level, with little kits and little kind of.
Just setting your bike up to fit you is everything, isn't it?
It is. Good. Good suspension, good tyres, all the driveline.
Yep.
Really good, and just
Out of convenience, the spring rates in these are bang on for my weight.
Yeah. Yep.
As you know, the KYB, it's a pretty premium fork for an out of the crate bike.
Yep.
As I said before, I would not be racing these things even at this level if it didn't work.
Oh, fucking hell.
Not trying to prove a point or anything, it's just easy. I just put fuel in the bike and go racing, and it's doing it, and it's doing it well.
You kind of you're lucky you've got a bike that has the suspension that everyone wants at the moment.
Already. And when you say that, it's funny because it seems there's a war among the manufacturers. Like, KYB are making inserts for WP suspension.
Yeah, I know.
Japanese components going inside the Euro stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I mean, the Japs, they tried with air. They tried with air one damper, one spring on one side, and they've all gone back to a basic spring fork, which
Yamaha
have kept in their bikes for years.
Yeah. Steve, awesome. There are some fresh forks, fluid, seals. Perfect timing because Addo and I are about to hit the road on a video shoot, and no doubt Addo's going to be sending these things higher than they were meant to fly, but they can take it.
Yeah, no, it'd be good. It'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better.
It's just good to have that, to see what's going on inside. They're still completely standard. We've just put fresh seals and fluid, and let's go. We've still got 6 months to get through.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll hang in there.
Yeah, no, they've been fine, and even with the 450 weeping a bit of fluid, didn't let it go that far, but it's just good to have them sealed up and operating as they were intended. That's it for another episode, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the button, it's there somewhere. There's a notification bell as well. That'll let you know when we upload. And see you next time. Cheers.